Afternoon, friends. Good day. Today is Thursday, February 25th of the first week of Lent. Um, Beautiful sunny day. Less is more during Lent, so I'd like to be. I always smile because Shane, my timekeeper here, I always say I'm going to be brief, and then it goes like forever. But what captured me today, and as I mentioned before, I mean, I've just been kind of transfixed lately in my own prayer, in my own spiritual life, in my own Lenten reflection, and my own preparation for preaching. Transfixed isn't probably the word, but preoccupied at the very least with this return to a more intimate relationship with Jesus, which was a process for me which began prior to Lent beginning, but Lent is kind of like ideally suited and framed to hold that kind of aspiration. I mean, that's what I would hope that Lent is for you. I mean, I received a reflection this week from Pat Exner from our Academy staff, who's the Director of Instructional Leadership, and he every week shares prepares kind of a week at a glance schedule and includes a prayerful reflection for us to consider as we move into the new week, and the really the nub of the reflection this week was that Lent is not, the author was saying that Lent is not first and foremost a self-improvement program. Now that sounds, because yes, it is. I mean, it is about doing it better, doing life better, doing our lives better, but not in the manner of taking on a New Year's resolution, or not in the manner of a weight loss program, or a new regimen. I mean, that all can be part of it. I mean, because for me, I mean, discipline is an important thing during Lent, and discipline generally, with regard to the spiritual life, is very helpful. I mean, prayer, as I've said before, can be a discipline. If I should sit down and pray even when I don't feel like it, because it's time to pray. And so if I waited until I felt like praying, I might not get to it for a while. Or if I waited until it was convenient, or if I waited until it fit in. So it can be a discipline, and there are disciplines associated with the Christian life and with the life of prayer. But the heart of this reflection was really, of course, that it's about deepening a relationship with Jesus Christ, and every year, I mean, as we move toward those great celebrations of Jesus dying and rising, the Triduum, Good Friday, and moving to Easter, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, that procession of joining our journey to Jerusalem with that of Jesus, joining our cross to that of Jesus Christ, to dying with him so that we can rise with him. And it requires a period of prayerful preparation for that, so that it's not just a commemoration of what happened, 2,000 years ago, but is our living the dying and rising of Jesus Christ now. So that, the way we prepare for that is not just by giving up chocolate, it is in offering a sacrifice, but it is by growing closer with Jesus Christ, so that those activities, we're in deep union with Christ as we walk through them and experience that union, and so are transformed by that union. So in any case, my Lenten procession, my Lenten progress of this reclaiming this relationship with Jesus Christ that was for me a pivotal moment was 30 years ago with this 30-day retreat. Reclaiming that. Not only revisiting it, but reawakening it. It's kind of been my overriding spiritual disposition these days. The phrase that has caught me is extravagant tenderness. It's a phrase that I think I spoke of in last weekend's homily. Father Greg Boyle, who founded Homeboy Industries in Los Angeles, talks about the extravagant tenderness of Jesus and how we are, as Christians, to imitate that in receiving others. And for me, it's like coming to know the extravagant tenderness of Jesus with me, in a period of discipline, which can take on almost this period of self-mortification or self-sacrifice, almost a harsh tone. Dare I, claim this kind of tender tone that Jesus has for us? I came across another phrase in my prayer too. When I do get around to closing today, read this prayer. Beloved is where we begin. Beloved is where we begin. That's not, it's such a potent phrase for me. I've been mulling it over today. It's not, in some ways, the end point of our spiritual quest or journey, recognizing ourselves as the beloved. It's the starting point. And the end point. It is the point. Beloved is where we begin. And so can we allow our Lenten practice, our Lenten reflection, our prayer kind of flow out of that reality of seeing ourselves, of knowing ourselves, of claiming ourselves as the beloved. And if we're not there, if that's like, I want to get there, but I'm not there. I want to believe that, but I don't believe that. I want to claim that, but it doesn't feel authentic. What a great Lenten journey, huh? that we could get to a place where we can say, beloved is where I begin. That's kind of the beginning and the end of the spiritual life. So what I'd like to do is share this blessing, if you will, from a book called Circle of Grace, a woman by the name of Jan Richardson. And it's a book of blessings for the seasons. And she has blessings for, our liturgical seasons, for Advent and Christmas and Lent and Holy Week and Easter and Epiphany and all of that. So this is from the Lent collection. Beloved is where we begin. If you would enter into the wilderness, do not begin without a blessing. Do not leave without hearing who you are. Beloved, named by the one who has traveled this path before you. Do not go without letting it echo in your ears, and if you find it as hard to let it into your heart, do not despair. That is what this journey is for. I cannot promise this blessing will free you from danger, from fear, from hunger or thirst, from the scorching of sun or the fall of the night. But I can tell you that on this path there will be help. I can tell you that on this way there will be rest. I can tell you that you will know the strange graces that come to our aid only on a road such as this, that fly to meet us bearing comfort and strength, that come alongside us for no other cause than to lean themselves toward our ear, and with their curious insistence whisper our name. Beloved, beloved, beloved. So let that be your blessing as you travel into the wilderness on these 40 days. God bless.